because we can't ignore the goddesses, right? We spoke about the gods, we spoke about all the different things, but now we come to the three different goddesses. Now, the three goddesses are related to the three gods. How? Because Lord Vishnu, his wife is goddess Lakshmi. If you need me to show you the picture of Lord Vishnu, please put it in the chat window and ma'am will tell me. But we will go back to it a little later. So the wife of Lord Vishnu is goddess Lakshmi, the goddess standing right there with all the lotuses. And in the middle is actually a form of goddess Parvati. And goddess Parvati is the wife of Lord Shiva. And this form of goddess Parvati is called goddess Durga. And on the corner here, wearing a white sari, carrying a veena, is goddess Saraswati. Now, how the three gods are important, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, the three goddesses are equally important because these three have different roles to play. And who they are, let us try to understand. Now, first we have goddess Saraswati. Now, goddess Saraswati is the wife of Lord Brahma. Now, we all know that Lord Brahma is the creator, but he is also the god of knowledge because he is the one who even created the knowledge, created the Vedas. So, obviously, goddess Saraswati will be the goddess of knowledge. Since her husband, Lord Brahma, is the god of knowledge, goddess Saraswati will be the goddess of knowledge. Now, how she is the goddess of knowledge? So she has got a veena in one hand, as you can see, and she has a japa mala in one hand. What does a japa mala do? So on a japa mala, we chant any name of the god, whichever god you like. If, for example, if you like the name of Lord Shiva, you just chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and then you move the bead one after the other. And whose name must Goddess Saraswati be chanting? Maybe the name of Lord Brahma, right? Because he is the creator. And in the other hand, she holds manuscripts. Now, all of you have notebooks and textbooks, but in those days, there is no paper as such. This was the kind of paper which was available, which were palm leaf manuscripts. It is almost like paper made out of palm leaves. And in that, she writes all the things which she knows and all the knowledge which Goddess Saraswati has. Now, Goddess Saraswati is holding the veena, which shows that she is the goddess of arts, of dance, of music, and of even your arts which you do, your drawing, your painting. And she is the goddess of even the arts. Also, very important is Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of studies. And because that is something which is very important, which you have to keep studying every day. You go to school only to study, right? So she is the goddess of education and she is the goddess of arts and any sort of knowledge which you want to acquire, you pray to Goddess Saraswati. Most of you must be knowing a shloka as well, Saraswati Namastubhyam, right? Then Goddess Saraswati's vehicle is a beautiful peacock, and that's always with her. And in some of the pictures, you may even see a white swan, but that's okay. We are allowed to have two cars, right? So Goddess Saraswati is also allowed to have two vehicles. And she is the goddess of knowledge. So remember, who is Goddess Saraswati? She is the wife of Lord Brahma, and she is the goddess of knowledge and arts. So before you study, make sure you think of her, or before you learn music or dance, or you're starting your practice, you think of her. Okay? Now, let us move on. Who is she? She is goddess Lakshmi. Now, goddess Lakshmi is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Who's Lord Vishnu? He is the protector of the world. He is the one that maintains the law and order and balance in this world. And he is the one protecting all the animals. Because when you create something, as we saw last time, when you plant a seed, you have to take care of it. You can't just allow it to wither away. So he takes care of this earth. And to help him in this beautiful, huge job of taking care of the earth, we have goddess Mahalakshmi. So we even say goddess Lakshmi or we say goddess Mahalakshmi. She is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Now goddess Mahalakshmi has got 2 lotuses in her hand, and what else she has pouring out from her hand? It's gold coins. So much money, and she has a pot of gold coins, and it is all falling into a huge plate heaped with gold coins. What does this mean? This means that goddess Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth.
Money.
Yes, she is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. But you know, there is something else which we don't see, but actually which she blesses us with. So she is the goddess of even good health. Because without good health, what is the point of having wealth, right? So she blesses us with good health and good prosperity. What is the meaning of prosperity? Good comforts. And we should not have less of anything, right? So she blesses us with enough food, with a good house, with a good health, and with enough of what we need. And she says, be happy with what you have. Do not be greedy for more. That is what Goddess Lakshmi tells everyone. She says, I'll give you everything if you're satisfied, if you're contented with what you have. If you keep getting greedy, then it's not very good, right? So Goddess Lakshmi, and what is her vehicle? Her vehicle is the beautiful elephants which you see on the side. White elephants are the vehicle of Goddess Lakshmi. And she is the goddess of health, wealth, and prosperity. And whose wife is she again? She is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Okay? Goddess Lakshmi or Goddess Mahalakshmi. Then we move on to the next goddess, Goddess Durga. Now, Goddess Durga is a form of Goddess Parvati. Who's Goddess Parvati? She is the wife of Lord Shiva. You all remember Lord Shiva. He has a moon on his head. He's got the river Ganga coming out of his hair. Do you remember? And he has got a snake around his neck. And we said so many things about Lord Shiva last time. So Goddess Durga is a form of Goddess Parvati. And she is ready to destroy any asura who is harming the good people. What do the asuras do? They attack the good people. They are not very kind. But Goddess Durga says, anybody who troubles the good and innocent people, I will destroy those. So all the bad and evil asuras, Goddess Durga destroys. That is why look at the weapons which she has in her hand. She's got a sword, a Sudarshan chakra, and she has a lotus. And she's sitting on a very fierce tiger. Now, this is not scary for us because we are good, right? She is scaring the ones who are evil, the evil asuras, the rakshasas. She is only ready to fight with them, to kill them. Because we do not want such bad people in this world. So Goddess Durga protects us. She is the mother of protection. She is the goddess of protection. Goddess Durga. And whose form is she? Goddess Parvati. And whose wife is Goddess Parvati? Lord Shiva. Okay, that's right. Very good. Then now I think, should we take a small, no, I think we will continue. So now we saw the three goddesses. Okay, later we will go back to the three gods just to show you their faces so that you are familiar with how Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva looks. We'll go back and we'll see their faces. Okay, now we are going to look at a different god. Who is this god? And so many people are around him. Now he is Lord Rama. You all have heard of Rama and Sita, right? Lord Ram is the main hero of the Ramayana. He is the one whose story is the Ramayana. And he has got 4 brothers. And he has got 3 brothers around him. And who is down below Lord Rama? Who is that bending and praying to him? It Hanuman. Is Lord Hanuman, because Hanuman is a very big devotee of Lord Ram. What is the meaning of devotee? He always listens to Lord Ram. He always prays to Lord Ram. Whatever Lord Rama says, Hanuman will do. And all the time he's chanting, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He's always chanting the name of Lord Rama. That is why he's a very big devotee of Lord Ram. And look at Mother Sita next to Lord Rama. Now, Lord Rama has 3 brothers. You all know Lakshmana, right? Lakshmana is the one who's down next to Hanuman, who's bending and praying to Lord Rama. Even if Lord Rama has 3 brothers, all the 3 brothers are very big devotees of Lord Rama. They only obey his commands. And who are the other brothers? There is Bharata and Shatrughna. So, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. So, who are the 3 brothers of Lord Rama? Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Okay. And Lord Ram and Goddess Sita and Hanuman, who's always a big devotee of Lord Ram, chanting his name. Now, who is this? This is Hanuman. Hanuman is so strong and he's so brave, and he is such a divine person. Even though he's strong, even though he's brave, he's still very humble. Okay, what is the meaning of humble? He doesn't have any pride. He doesn't say, I am the greatest devotee of Lord Ram. Nobody is better than me. Does he say that? No. He's very humble. So even though he's strong, he's brave, he's got all the good qualities, still he's very humble because he thinks he is the servant of Lord Rama. That is why he's so humble, right? Now today we are going to look at the story of how Lord Hanuman was born. Okay, a little later. First, I'm going to show you how, as I promised you, the 3 goddesses. 1 minute. Remember the 3 goddesses again? Goddess Saraswati, who is the wife of Lord Brahma, Goddess Lakshmi, the wife of Lord Vishnu, and Goddess Durga, who is the wife of Lord Shiva. Now, here you go. Yes. So we have Lord Brahma, we have got Lord Vishnu, and we have Lord Shiva. You know about the 3 big. Am I right? Okay.
Right? So that was the end of the quiz. So I hope it's good for all those who did it correctly. And for those who didn't do some of the answers right, then hope you remember the correct answers. Okay?
Okay.
So that's with the quiz. And now we'll start. Rashmi will continue.
Ayuputra. And how did he also get the qualities of Lord Shiva? How is that possible? Let us see. So, the mother of Hanuman, her name is Anjana. What is the name of Hanuman's mother? Anjana. And she was a very big devotee of Lord Shiva. And she prayed and prayed to Lord Shiva. And you know who was Anjana's husband? His name was Kesari. Kesari was the father of Hanuman. So what were Hanuman's parents? Anjana and Kesari. Now Anjana was a very big devotee of Lord Shiva, and she prayed to Lord Shiva to have a son just like him. She said, I don't want any normal son. I want a son with your qualities, your powers, because that is how much she loved Lord Shiva. She wanted a son just like him. So she prayed. And you know, when you pray with all your heart, Lord Shiva really blesses you. So see, he blessed Anjana and he said, Tathastu. What is the meaning of Tathastu? May whatever you want, may you get it. And if you want a child just like me, you will get it because of your prayers. Then she was waiting. And she was waiting, and Lord Shiva blessed her, but nothing happened. Now, not very far away, in this place called Ayodhya, who is that standing? That in the one with a yellow colored dhoti, you can see is Raja Dashrath. You know, we just saw Lord Rama. He is the father of Lord Rama, and he is the king of Ayodhya. He also did not have children. So he prayed and prayed. And out of the fire, because he did a yagna, out of the fire came a very divine person. And he gave him a golden bowl of payasam. We all love sweet payasam, right? So he gave him the payasam. To whom? To Raja Dashrath, who is the king of Ayodhya. He got the payasam and he said, the divine person said, Raja Dashrath, distribute this payasam among your 3 queens. You can see the 3 queens standing behind. Distribute this to your 3 queens. And when they have this payasam, they will get children. You'll get sons. And you will be so happy because everybody wants to have nice children in their house, right? It is so boring if there are no children in the house. So they want children. So he got blessed and he gave the payasam to his 3 queens. Now he gave little payasam to Kaushalya. He gave little payasam to Kaikeyi, his 2nd queen. The 3rd queen, Sumitra, he gave some to her. Now, you know, he gave it in a bowl. And when she got the bowl, she said, you know what, I'll have it a little later. And she went to the terrace because she had just washed her hair. So she went to the terrace to have the payasam. As she kept the payasam on the terrace, a bird, and it was none other than Garuda. Because if Lord Rama, who is Lord Garuda? He is the vehicle of Lord Vishnu. And Garuda took the bowl of payasam and he ran away with it. And he dropped the payasam where? Here, on the lap of Anjana. Why did he do that? Why did Garuda take the bowl of payasam from this queen Sumitra and he gave it to Anjana? Because Sumitra will have none. He did that because Lord Rama, who is an avatar of Lord Vishnu, He wants Lord Hanuman also to be born, right? He also wants Hanuman to be born at the same time he is being born. Lord Rama and Hanuman are inseparable because Lord Rama is the god and Hanuman is the devotee. So they both were wanting to be born at the same time. Now, you know, who is the one who told Garuda to take the payasam? Who is he? He is the Deva, the god of wind. He is Vayu Dev. He told Garuda, I will be the wind below your wings and let us carry the payasam and take it to Anjana. Because Hanuman has to be born. That is what Lord Shiva has blessed. So he took the payasam and under the wings he was the wind and he carried Garuda and the payasam fell at Anjana's lap. Now, who was born after Anjana drank the payasam and see who was born to her? A little baby boy. And that boy was Hanuman. And he was born to Anjana and Kesari. Kesari was his father, Anjana was his mother. And you know, this beautiful sight to see who has come on top. It is Rishi Narada. He has just come to see, oh, so beautiful, with the blessings of Lord Shiva, Hanuman is born. And Raja Dashrath, who gave the payasam to his 3 wives. Look, the 3 queens. Now, okay, now let us, come back to Sumitra first. Okay, so Kaushalya got some payasam and Kaikeyi got some payasam. And we saw that Sumitra's payasam was kept on the terrace and Garuda took it. But Kaushalya and Kaikeyi were such good queens. They told Sumitra, don't worry, we will give you a little bit. So they gave a tiny bit of their payasam to Sumitra and they gave her 2 parts. Kaushalya gave her a little bit, Kaikeyi gave her a little bit. Sumitra got 2 parts of the payasam and she got 2 babies. So Kaushalya had Rama and Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharata and Sumitra gave birth to Lakshmana and Shatrughna. 4 names, okay? If you can't remember, we will do it next class again. Kaushalya gave birth to Rama. And Kaikeyi's son was Bharata and Sumitra's son was Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Okay, the 3 queens got 4 boys because Sumitra got 2 children. So Rama was born at the same time as Hanuman. And this was how Hanuman was born, with the blessings of Lord Shiva and also through the wind. The wind carried the payasam, the Vayu Dev, the wind god, he carried the payasam for Hanuman. So he is also known as one of the fathers of Hanuman. Hanuman is called Vayu Putra. What is he called? Vayu Putra. So let's look at the story, just recapping for you. And so Anjana prayed to Lord Shiva, saying, please bless me with a baby. And King Dasharatha, he also prayed for babies. And he has got his 3 queens standing behind him, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. And when he did a yajna, a divine person came out of the yajna with some payasam and he gave the payasam to his 3 wives. Now before Sumitra could have her payasam, an eagle, Garuda, he came along with the help of Vayudev. He took the payasam straight to Anjana and dropped it on her lap. And Kaushalya and Kaikeyi, they gave Sumitra 2 parts of the payasam. Now Anjana had the payasam and she was blessed with baby Hanuman. And Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra had the payasam and they were blessed with beautiful 4 boys. Rama was born to Kaushalya Bharata was born to Kaikeyi, and Lakshmana and Shatrughna were born to Sumitra. So Rama and Hanuman were they were a master and devotee. Hanuman is a big devotee of Lord Ram. That's why he wanted to be born at the same time as Lord Rama. Okay, got it?